Hey everybody, I'm Ellen here at etrailer.com, and we're going to be taking a quick look at the Performance Tools Magnetic Tool Organizer set. This is going to help to keep all your little bits and bobs nice and organized. It's a really great way to kind of stash any sort of extra hardware, screws, and things like that without them rolling all over the place. And it also gives you a nice dedicated spot to mount your tools to a wall or any other kind of surface. So really gives you a lot in one kit here. I've got a few things that we can try out and play everybody's favorite game of Will It Stick? So let's see. I've got this little tray. I think this will be great for any kind of hardware. So I've got a bunch of random nuts and bolts and washers and things. So let's just dump some on there. And it's already making a pretty fun sculpture. Only one guy fell out, two guys fell out. Those might not be ferrous because it looks like they don't want to stick at all. So that's kind of the limitation. You have to have some kind of iron or ferrous metal in whatever you're using. So if it's any aluminum, not going to stick. But everything else holds pretty well. Maybe not to a shake test, but you can at least dump things over and it should stick pretty nicely to that. Something I like about these trays as well is that the bottom portions, the portions that have the actual magnetic part, are rubber coated, so they're not going to damage any kind of surface that you might want to mount them to. So if you're going to put this on a toolbox or something like that, you can rest assured that it's not going to scratch up that surface. So let's do kind of the same thing here with our little tray. Dump a bunch of junk on there. Does pretty well again. So you're not really going to be running these through any kind of like off-circuit or off-road test. It doesn't really have to, but I just want to have some fun with it and see if stuff is going to stick. A little pointer tool. This extends out. So this is always really handy, especially if you're working in an engine compartment or anywhere else that stuff can fall. A lot of times it's just like you have one piece of hardware that falls down and you can't get it other than having this guy. So very handy to have. Picks up anything, again, that's ferrous metal. So just kind of going fishing here. Wonder how many things I can get in one go. Several. So that's kind of fun. All right, so we've played with that. Now let's see what kind of stuff we can get to stick to these guys. So again, these are going to be something that you could mount to a wall, mount to the side of a toolbox or anything else to hold up your tools. You can either mount them kind of parallel like this so that you give extra magneticism to your stuff, or you of course can extend it out to have more length to play with. So I'm going to just focus on having one just to see how well it'll hold. So I got my big tape measure. Holds that pretty well, although of course it's not really going to go through an earthquake. How about this guy here? That actually holds pretty well. Got a little multi-tool and some screwdrivers. So all kinds of stuff that you can stick to this. And again, if you wanted to just have that be doubled up, you can always put them in parallel. So magnets work. I think that these are a really nice way to keep all your stuff organized, to keep all the random bits and bobs, nuts and bolts, washers and things from just being in a bucket that can tip over, like we have here, and helps to keep you organized. Also, having your tools up and off of whatever work surface you have just makes more room. Usually allows for less mess and gives you more working space if you're not having to find a spot to put all of your tools. Now I'm going to take all this stuff apart and give you some measurements just to see what you have to work with here. So putting all our stuff away, use our handy tape measure. So the two rods here are about 18 inches long. My tape measure wants to stick to it. Our tray, the bigger one, is about 9.5 inches long on the outside. Inside is about 8 3/4 inches. Our round tray is about 5 7/8 inch to the outside, and then about 5 1/4 to the inside for the diameter. all in all, I think this is a really nice kit. It gives you a lot of options, helps you to hold up all your stuff. You can make fun sculptures in one of these trays if you want to. Do whatever you want with them. But I hope this has been helpful in deciding if this is the right kit for you. We do have a lot of tools here at etrailer.com and a whole lot of parts and accessories in general for your RVs, boats, and more, so be sure to check it out. Thanks for watching.